A photograph, a page from Pam Bondi's folder, and what was written on that page sent shockwaves across America. Jayapal Pramila search history. In the hands of the Attorney General, a list showing what a congresswoman searched for. And now everyone is asking, is the Justice Department monitoring members of Congress? If you're new here, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because this video will tell you how the Justice Department is spying on Congress members, how those looking into the Epstein files are being targeted, and how democracy is under threat. Watch until the end because the truth revealed by Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal will shock you. December 12, 2025, House Judiciary Committee. Bondi is on the witness stand. Jayapal is asking questions about the Epstein files. Why weren't the victims' names protected? Why were powerful names hidden? Tough questions, and Bondi is on the defensive. A normal hearing, until a Getty photographer captures the perfect angle. The photo shows a folder in front of Bondi, thick, black, and an open page is visible. The camera zooms in, professional photo, sharp, clear, and the title of that page reads, Jayapal Pramila Search History. Below, a list, dates, times, what she searched for, searches related to the Epstein files, all there, in Bondi's hands. The hearing ended. The photographer delivered the images. The editors saw them. They zoomed in. They read them. They were shocked. Jayapal's search history is in Bondi's file. The news broke. Jayapal saw that photo. She was shocked, because that search history was part of her official duties. As a congresswoman, she was investigating the Epstein files. It was her responsibility. It was her right. But now it was sitting in the Attorney General's office as a file. She was being watched. She was being monitored. She was being documented. Jayapal immediately called House Speaker Mike Johnson. "This is unacceptable," she said. "The Justice Department is monitoring me. They are collecting my search history. They are creating a file. This is a violation of the separation of powers." She spoke sternly to Johnson. The message was clear. This must stop. Now. Johnson made a statement to the press. Reporters asked, "What do you think about that page in Bondi's folder?" Johnson, "I haven't seen anything confirmed yet, but there's a photo. We're investigating the authenticity of the photo. What if it's real? What if the DOJ is monitoring members of Congress?" Johnson hesitated. That would be inappropriate. But he didn't take a firm stance because he wanted to protect Bondi. But he also had to protect Congress. He was torn. Jayapal didn't think that was enough. She made a statement to the press, and she dropped the bombshell. The Justice Department is keeping tabs on members of Congress. They're watching everyone who looks at the Epstein files. They're collecting our search histories. They're recording which files we look at. And then they use that information to build a case against us. That folder Pam Bondi has is a burn book, a revenge diary, a separate section for each member of Congress. They look for weaknesses, and they use it in court. The term burn book went viral. It exploded on social media because everyone remembered that movie, Mean Girls, Regina George's notebook, slandering everyone, collecting secrets, using them for revenge. And now Bondi has a burn book for Congress members. If you've been watching so far, don't forget to hit the like button because this isn't just a political scandal. It's an attack on the foundations of democracy. And write your thoughts in the comments because this debate needs to grow. Jayapal continued, "This isn't just my search history. There's information on other members of Congress in that folder, Republicans included. The folder is thick, hundreds of pages. There's a file for every member. Let me ask you this. Is this legal? Can the Justice Department collect the search history of members of Congress?" Answer, no. The principle of separation of powers states that the executive branch does not monitor members of the legislature. This is unconstitutional. It violates a fundamental principle of democracy. Jayapal said something else. I went into that computer system to search for Epstein files. It was my official duty, my legal right. But now I learned that every move I made in that system was logged. Every search, every click, every file, all logged. And the Justice Department took those logs. They analyzed them, and they pulled up my search history. This isn't just surveillance. This is spying. The DOJ is spying on Congress. A powerful claim, and a serious one. Because if true, this is worse than Watergate. Nixon bugged the Democratic Party headquarters. Bondi is digitally monitoring the entire Congress. Much broader, much more dangerous. They asked Jayapal, "Do you have any evidence?" Jayapal, "There's a photo. That page in Bondi's folder. It says, Jayapal Pramila, search history. Isn't that evidence?" Jayapal also reached out to other members of Congress. She spoke privately, and some admitted, "Yes, we looked at the Epstein files too, and we suspect we're being watched too." But they didn't speak openly because they were afraid they could be targeted. One Republican member spoke anonymously. "We noticed it too. Those who look at the Epstein files get special treatment. They get questioned. They get pressured. This is no coincidence. It's systematic." Adam Schiff, a Democratic senator, backed Jayapal. If the Justice Department is really monitoring members of Congress, that's unconstitutional. It's a violation of the separation of powers, and those responsible must be held accountable. Schiff went a step further. "I am requesting the Senate Intelligence Committee investigate the Justice Department. Who was being monitored? What information was collected? For what purpose was it used?" But Republicans remained silent. Why? Because Bondi is their appointee. Bondi is Trump's man. If they criticize, they would be opposing Trump. They can't risk that. They remain silent. And their silence is interpreted as approval. The only exception, Chip Roy, Republican representative. "I looked at the Epstein files," he said. "If the DOJ was watching me, that's unacceptable. I'm a Republican. I supported Bondi, but no one can spy on me." Roy was brave, but he stood alone. A week later, another development. Two Republicans, Thomas Massie and Justin Amash, supported Jayapal. "We looked at the Epstein files too, and we are concerned too. If the DOJ is conducting surveillance, it doesn't matter what party you belong to. This is a problem for all of us." Massie was blunt. "I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. But I cannot allow the government to spy on Congress. That's tyranny, and standing up to tyranny is above party." Share this video with your friends because the mainstream media isn't giving this scandal enough attention. But the truth is clear. The government is spying on Congress, and this is an attack on democracy. Jayapal held another press conference. "I am sending a formal request to the Department of Justice. I want all the information gathered about me, my search history, my files, my logs, everything, and I will make it public, because the public has a right to know." The DOJ responded, "The Department of Justice is not monitoring any member of Congress. The documents shown in the photo may have been misinterpreted. We cannot provide details because investigations are ongoing." Misinterpreted? Jayapal disagreed. "There is nothing to misinterpret. The document clearly says, Jayapal Pramila search history. What does that mean? It means a record of what I searched for. And Bondi has that record. How did it get there?" Silence. The DOJ did not respond. Bondi did not respond. The White House. No comment. And the silence grew. That photo shows more than just search history. There is other information. Some words are legible. Epstein files, accessed 15 times. List of powerful names, 3 times. Names of victims, 7 times. So the DOJ is not only recording what it searched for, but also how many times it searched for it. Detailed surveillance, systematic tracking. A constitutional law professor made a statement. If the Justice Department is indeed monitoring the digital activities of members of Congress, this is a violation of the Speech or Debate Clause. This clause states that members of Congress cannot be obstructed, monitored, or punished by the executive branch while performing their legislative duties. This is one of the fundamental protections of the Constitution. Another expert added, "This isn't just the Jayapal issue, it's the entire Congress's issue. If one member can be monitored, they all can be monitored. If the DOJ wants to, it can create a file on every member. Who is investigating what? Who is working on what issue? Who is criticizing the government? They know everything, and they can manipulate it." This is Orwell's 1984. Big Brother, the government is watching everyone. Jayapal went further. She proposed a bill in the Senate. Its name, Congressional Privacy Protection Act. Its content is simple. The Department of Justice or any federal agency cannot monitor the digital activities of members of Congress. It cannot collect search histories. It cannot create files. If it violates this, the responsible officials will be removed from office and a criminal investigation will begin. Democrats supported it. 100 signatures were collected in one day. But Republicans? Most are silent. Some opposed it. This weakens the Justice Department. But that doesn't make sense. What does monitoring Jayapal's search history have to do with national security? The truth is, Republicans are protecting Bondi because Bondi is their guy. If Bondi goes down, it hurts Trump. They're towing the party line. They're sacrificing democracy. Bondi is still silent. He hasn't held a press conference. He hasn't said anything about that photo. Why? Because there's nothing to say. He would either have to admit, "Yes, we watched it," or lie and say, "No, we didn't." Both options are bad. So he remains silent, and that silence looks like guilt. What will happen? Will Jayapal's bill pass? Will the DOJ investigate? Will Bondi be held accountable? Or will it be forgotten? What do past experiences tell us? It will probably be forgotten. The media cycle is fast. New scandals come along. People forget. The system continues. But maybe this time it's different. Maybe that photo is too striking. Maybe social media is too powerful. Maybe people are finally awake. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications because Jayapal's fight continues. There will be new developments and I will continue to tell you everything. See you soon. One thing is certain, Jayapal is not giving up. She reminds us every day. Remember, the government watched me, they monitored me, and they probably still are. This is unacceptable. And she's right, because today Jayapal was watched. Tomorrow, it could be you. Today Congress is the target, tomorrow journalists, then activists, then ordinary citizens. Because once surveillance systems are established, they cannot be stopped. They expand, they grow, they swallow everyone. Jayapal's fight matters. She's not just fighting for herself, she's fighting for all of us. For democracy, for privacy, for freedom. What will we do? Stay silent? Or will we support her? Because in democracies, power belongs to the people. But if the people remain silent, power is lost. If the people accept surveillance, freedom ends. What Jayapal saw in that photo was a warning, a message sent to us. We are watching. Be careful. But Jayapal rejected the message. No, you cannot watch me. I am here by the people's vote. No one can monitor me while I represent the people. That is courage. That is integrity. And that is the lifeblood of democracy.